everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do the Project Level Up update. This is my first update. I started a little bit over a month ago and this project was created by the beautiful and lovely Sophie Alexandra. So I will have her channel linked down below. But I joined in super late, as you know, if you saw my intro, and I have been working on my first level 1 palette, which is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette. I picked this one randomly, but it was a good one to start with. Obviously in the level 1 you have to use every single shade at least once and hit at least one pan, which I have managed to do, so I'm very excited. It wasn't hard because these pans are super shallow. If you haven't tried an e.l.f. palette, especially these bigger ones, I find the pans really shallow. The smaller ones, maybe not so much, but definitely these ones are shallow. So I'll go through my update, and then today I'm going to be moving on to level 2. And depending on which palette is picked, it's going to be pretty tricky. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit worried about all the levels, but I'm also excited. So while I'm excited, let's do this before I lose the will. Alright, so this is how my palette is looking like. I'll put up on the screen what it looked like when I rolled it in. It was a little bit of a mess. It's been through a couple of drops on the floor and battering around because my son has played with it. And also it's like a 2-year-old palette now, so you know the quality is going, and I was happy that it was picked. And I already had pans in it anyway. So as you saw what it looked like, yeah, it was a little bit messy, and it still is pretty messy. But okay, let me talk through the biggest changes, and then I will go through my numbers really quickly. So biggest change, I guess, would be that this shade is completely gone now. This one was very crumbly after the last time this was thrown on the floor. Sorry, I'm just moving something. And I used it a few more times. Actually, it'd be easier if I just opened up my sheet so I could tell you. But yeah, I actually used it 2 times before I called it done, and it just was unworkable. It was like a loose powder at that point. I kept trying to press it in and use it, and it just went everywhere. So I only used that twice. But that is the biggest difference, I would say, along with the fact that I do have a pan in this shade called Sip Sip, which I did have in another project, so I kind of knew that this was going to be the pan that I was potentially going to get. I also have this shade in another project, and I'm trying to hit pan on that one, so that's going to stay in my Zodiac panner. But you know, as a whole, I have used every single shade now at least once. I actually have used the palette 11 times since my last update. That's 11 different days where I have pulled this palette for one shade or a whole look or whatever. So 11 times. So you know, I definitely been using it, and yeah, I think the Sip Sip shade, it took me 3 uses to hit pan on. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. I will put up on the screen what it looks like, and then with all my numbers as always, because if I talk through, I mean, I know this is going to be a short video, but if I talk through them, I think that's a little bit, I don't know, boring. So I'll just put up on the screen all the numbers, and you can have a look and see, and maybe you'll spot some changes. But otherwise, everything kind of looks the same. I do feel like Disco, if I used it a little bit more, I think I only used it the one time. If I had used that more, then I could hit pan in it. I already had a pan in Fortuna, Sea Salt, and also Parezzo, and of course this one. So yeah, it just looks so loved. I think maybe Sandy Bum looks quite different too. I did use Sandy Bum 3 times. The shades are just, especially the mattes, they're very powdery at the moment. So I'm debating putting this as a pan palette for next year. I do want to join in with the Fantastic Ladies for the pan palette theme, and that it would mean that I can't do this one. So it really is dependent on what I decide to do come January, which you'll find out when I do my video. But I will be doing a pan palette for 2023. I have decided. I haven't done these are my choices for 2023, let me know what you think, because I kind of already know what I'm going to pick, but I could talk you through them if you would like to see the options that I have available to me. This is one of them, and then I have a few more that I'm thinking and humming about, and then obviously there is the one that I definitely think I'm going to do, or I might do something where I work on one palette for 6 months and then I work on a second one for 6 months, just to split it out through the year. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that to make sure it's not boring for me, but also keep in line with the theme. Anyway, that's a different video. So this one I'm going to be rolling out of this project, but obviously I'm still trying to pan in that green, so palette will still stick around. I'm going to open up my Tiny Decisions app because the random number generator doesn't seem to work on my Samsung phone anymore. I don't know what's happened to it. I've uninstalled it, installed it, but it just doesn't, it doesn't have the history list, which is really helpful. So when you do like a pan those eyeshadows, I kind of want to see everything. I don't want to be writing it down. But I'm going to do Tiny Decisions because obviously I'm just going to pick the palette that I want to use. And if I can remember how to do this, yeah, okay, eyeshadows. All right. So I think there's maybe 2 palettes that I haven't added into here, but that's fine. They're new and I'm already working them in a Shop My Stash anyway. Apart from those, everything should be in this list. This is my eyeshadow list. And I'm going to say this. If it is a palette that I've very recently worked on in a no pan left behind style, I might re-roll. It really depends on what is pulled. And if it's a brand new one, then I'll just stick to it. But that would be really hard. I really hope it's not a brand new one. But anyway, let's stop procrastinating and get into which one it is going to be. What is that? Elf Berry Bad? That would be so boring. Oh my gosh. Wait, let me get it. But that's another elf palette. It's only a quad. Do I really want to do a quad in this? I mean, I would need to hit two pans in that. I already have a pan in that. Obviously, I could hit every single shade twice because that would be so... Let me pull it so you can have a look. But I kind of want to... I don't know, I might re-roll. All right, this is what it's looking like. So it is one of their bite-sized palettes, and I have a pan right here. So I got that earlier this year. So I would need to hit pan in one of these 3. I would assume that I think I would probably hit pan in these 2 because I don't really care for this shade all that much. It's a little too brassy for me. I do like these 2 though. So if I keep this in, then I would have to try and hit pan in these 2. I'm gonna re-roll, see what we get, and then I'm gonna pick between the 2. I'm just, you know, because it's just, I don't know. I just want to do that. Okay, so let's just try again. I know this project gets harder, so maybe I should take a gimme one. I don't know. Hooded Naughty Nude. That would be more interesting, although I did work on it quite a lot recently and I don't have the best opinion about the Naughty Nude. Let me just have a look and see, because there might be 2 shades in there that I could potentially hit pan on easily. I don't know. I imagine everything I'm doing is cheating, but I'm doing it anyway. So this is the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude. It's definitely not my favorite Huda Beauty. Gosh, if they picked the Mercury Retrograde, it would have been cool. If the gods of Tiny Decisions had picked it. But okay, this is what mine's looking like. I had to scrape off this one because it was starting to smell, and it was a shade, a jelly shade that I was never going to use. So I don't have any pans in any of these, but I do think that if I'm going to hit a pan, it will be in this one because of the formula. It's not my favorite shade in this palette, but it is very crumbly, and I definitely think that I can hit pan in that one. And the other shade that I could potentially hit pan on, I don't know, because Huda Beauty mattes are actually pretty hard to pan. I panned one before and that's it. But I mean, I naturally I would be like, oh, I can hit pan in this one or this one because they're like would be easy shades for me. But actually, I think their mattes are beautiful, but pretty hard to pan. So I think I would hit pan in this one. And I do like this shade, and I use that in my inner corner a lot. So potentially I would get quite a pointed pan if I focus, but it definitely would take longer than obviously 2 uses. It would take a long time to hit pan one of these. Do I want to work on this? I don't know. Or do I want to work on my e.l.f.? They're both you know, good for this time of year, because I do like nudes and I do like pinks and berries this time of year. So they kind of work with me in terms of season, but I honestly don't know what to do. I feel like the Huda Beauty would obviously be more interesting, but it might also be a little bit overwhelming, and I might get stuck on that second shade and not know what to pan. I might have to try to pan two shimmers. Maybe this one up here, which is Shameless, which is really beautiful. I'm just thinking back to, I did a 1 week 1 palette with this and I was just so utterly disappointed in it. So I would have to use all the shades of these twice. These are deceptively thick, I think, as well. I mean, I did hit pan in this one, but I also had a pretty nice dent in it and I used it all the time when I used this quad. And I know Caitlin Costella, she's been working on a bite-sized quad from e.l.f. all year long for her Pan That palette, and it did take her some time to hit pan in every shade, although she did have a black in one of hers, but she likes black. I don't know, they're just deceptively thicker than the bigger ones that I've been used to. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Please let me know. I don't know. Should I post this and just like ask you to tell me which one to do? What should I do? I don't know. I mean, officially this one was chosen, and then I wanted something more interesting and this one was picked. Is this more interesting? All right, I think I'm gonna regret it, but I'm gonna go with the Naughty Nude. It has a little bit more variety than the Bite Size. This one I have to hit pan in those two shades. This one, at least I have some options. And you know, there are some really beautiful shades. I don't have to do a whole look with this palette. I could just jump in, grab 1 or 2 shades at a time when I do my other looks. And I think it might work a little bit better, and I think I might get a little bit bored of this, although it would be nice to have 3 pans in this. But I actually kind of want to try the Huda Beauty Naughty Nude just because there's just more variety. It's a bigger palette and I want that challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Naughty Nude. Oh my gosh, let me know in the comments if you think I did the wrong thing and if you think I should do the Bite Size. If more people say, no, do the Bite Size, then I'll jump over to the Bite Size, but I think I'll do the Naughty Nude. Anyway, whoa, okay, so recap. I'm gonna try to hit pan in this shade, which is called Flower Power, and then I will try to hit pan in either Shameless or this beautiful one, which is Passion. I think those two are likely to be my second pans, unless for some reason I find a matte that I like. I do like this Naughty one, and there's a little bit of a disturbance in there. But anyway, this video suddenly got really long because I like talking a lot. But yeah, that is my level 2 of the project Level Up update for you. So let's see what I do next time. Next video I will post, I think maybe towards the end of December, potentially beginning of January. I had a longer time to work on the e.l.f. Oh, I was just cut off again. I really need to clean my memory card because it keeps saying it gets full, and I do have a video that I haven't taken off there and I haven't posted it, and I still need to do that. But what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying, but thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you would like to. And yeah, oh, about when I post. Hopefully I could do it at the end of December, but I might do it at the beginning of January and like start anew there. But anyway, thank you so much. Hope everyone's well, and I will see you all next time. Bye.